What's up, guys? We're going to make this one easy. We're going to be talking about one of my favorite plugins of all time. It is the Voice of God. It's under Universal Audio. It is a real hardware, yes, but we're going to talk about the plugin. Unfortunately, I don't have the hardware, but Jonathan Little, if you're watching, I want that piece. I want the standalone piece. I know you can run it in stereo, and I love it so much. So let's get into the plugin. Okay, so let's take a look at the UAD website just before we jump into Pro Tools and get some audible examples of this. But right now, what you're looking at is the plugin on their website. It's typically $149, but right now it's $74. And a lot of times there's a coupon in your email if you've already been on their mailing list for their promos and things of that nature. They might say something like gift 25. It's usually something super simple, but honestly speaking, let's say that this is all you can get for 75 bucks. This is still a crazy good plugin. So let's just kind of read over what it says it's doing, and then we can actually take a look. Okay, so 4 selling points that the website wants to make clear is easily add size and weight to any source, craft bass frequencies on drums, bass, and more far beyond simply cueing, make your mixes low end, leaner, tighter, and punchier, add chest resonance and heft to vocals. And honestly, off of this, I would agree with all 4. Okay, this is from Jonathan Little himself. The Voice of God and iVoice of God resulted from my fascination with design errors in circuits and transformers that malfunctioned with mostly useless but sometimes incredible results. For example, in winding step-up transformers, we occasionally would find a notch in the frequency response of one that is so incredibly deep and narrow. Designing such a notch filter would be very complex, and who thought you could do it with a design error in the winding? The iVOG was similarly discovered in my laboratory, but has, as you will hear, very useful and musical capabilities. Here, Jonathan Little goes on to say that my initial application for the Voice of God was for voiceover work. It allowed you to capture the lowest tone of your voice and accentuate that while simultaneously completely rolling off the mush below it. This is honestly an important detail because that's exactly what it's doing, and it's the biggest part of how it works. So let's jump into Pro Tools and I can show you with some pink noise what it's doing when you're moving it around, and then we'll listen to it in action. Okay, so it's set up for this test. It's actually really easy. We're gonna go to Pro Tools. We're gonna create just a stereo aux track. It could be mono, it doesn't really matter. But what we're gonna do is, one, I don't want to hear it. I don't need to hear it, but we're gonna go to signal generator. Bam, go to pink noise. You can leave it at 20, that's totally cool. We're gonna go to Q3. Let's see here. Boom. We're gonna leave this the way it is. We're not gonna change anything about this one. We're gonna put the Voice of God plugin. Bam, here we go. And we're gonna do another Q3. And this is just an easy, quick way to just look at what it's doing, because we're gonna compare it to itself. But as you can tell, on this instance, which is the one referenced in red, compared to the one referenced in a white trim, you can already see Voice of God is already doing something. If we were to bypass it, it's almost exactly the same. So what is Voice of God actually doing? It's actually creating a nice little bell and shelf. So could you recreate this with other plugins and stuff? Probably, yeah, to be honest, but I just like the way this one works. If you notice, you get no ability to see what level of gain you're adding or what frequency you're at. You can figure that out just honestly by doing this trick, which is shift it up, make it louder, and see where you land. You know, you can actually switch. For instance, right here it says 40/200. If you click the 2, it actually goes to 200 hertz. And you can once again sweep that frequency and see what it's doing. But if you notice, no matter where you place it, it's always going to taper below it. So what I like to use this for, once again, just like Jonathan Little said, it's great for vocals that sound a little thin. Sometimes I receive tracks to mix and the vocals are just a little too thin. Whoever was recording or, you know, creating the stems just left some EQ moves there that just don't really help the record, or at least the vocal. Sometimes the kick is there to be loud, and so because of that they shave off too much of the low end, and I'm trying to bring some of that life back, and so it allows me to bring back some life to that kick, some of the 808, a bunch of different things. Shout out to Mix by Skeed for letting us use the record twin drive for this example. All right, cool, let's hit play. And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me. You could hear that right away. You could hear the goodness in it. Let's dial it back.
And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me. She wants holidays, like the movie scene. All I think of while I'm in this room. Whoa. And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me. And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me. She wants holidays, like the movie scene. All I think of while I'm in this room. Whoa. And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me.
Right there really helps the kick a lot, but it tapers off too much of the low, so we'll switch back to 40.
And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me. She wants holidays, like the movie scene. All I think of while I'm in this room. Whoa. And I give her all she wants, but she takes it all from me.
Honestly, it's that simple. Like, that alone has already helped lift the track a lot in the low end, which is where I honestly personally thought it needed some love, but one plugin can really just make the difference. So let's try it on some vocals and let's see how it goes from there. Shout out to ABK Billy for letting us use his record called Play My Part. We're just going to be using it to listen to his vocals and, you know, just see what Voice of God can do and if it can add presence to the record. Also, don't mind the distortion in the beat. It's cooked into the beat. I'm not going to be able to get that out.
Hey, all I did was play my part, play my role right from the start. A lot of niggas turning hoes and a lot of hoes play with my heart. Told that bitch don't even start, I'll choke her ass out like she barked. Told her put it in the cart, cause money only thing she want. This bitch think she picture perfect, so I paint that shit like art. This bitch suck me up like Curry, but she ain't spitting out this star. All these niggas playing limbo.
Not bad at first. I think moving around the frequency is going to help out a lot, but we're obviously not trying to cloud the vocals. A lot of times in this kind of style hip hop, you kind of want that not too low in the body kind of frequency range to be poking out. So let's see.
Hey, all I did was play my part, play my role right from the start. A lot of niggas turning hoes and a lot of hoes play with my heart. Told that bitch don't even start, I'll choke her ass out like she barked. Told her put it in the cart, cause money only thing she want. This bitch think she picture perfect, so I paint that shit like art. This bitch suck me up like Curry, but she ain't spitting out this star. All these niggas playing limbo.
Not bad.
Raising up.
Honestly, not bad at all. And that's kind of the magic of it. If you really think about it, all we're really doing is just really enhancing that low end in the vocal.
Hey, all I did was play my part, play my role right from the start. A lot of niggas turning hoes and a lot of hoes play with my heart. Told that bitch.
See, it just feels a little closer to you. It's almost like using it like a proximity effect enhancer, but you can tailor how that proximity effect is playing a role in the vocal. Once again, this is meant to be quick and dirty, so I feel like we've already gone past quick, but let's just wrap it up there. If you like this kind of content, follow, subscribe, do all the things that, you know, I'm supposed to say for you to do, whatever that is. But to be honest, I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. I'll see you on the next one.